Shalom, once again, we are the Hebrew Israelites, come out here week in and week out to prophesy about the upcoming calamities of this world to come, okay, and so on and so on, man. And, what I'm going to do right now is the situation. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. And, you brothers out there, you stand firm, man. Keep your feet firm in this truth. Because we're literally at the end. There's no point in me saying we're coming towards the end, or anybody for that matter. We're literally in the end. This is it. Esau's lost his mind. He's lost his decorum. Okay, everybody's going crazy now. The chip the chip is moving in high power now. The RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. So we're at the end. So if there's a brother in his faith that's feeling down in the spirit, or they feel like falling off, then you're just an idiot. Okay, right now is the time to get girded up, man. To get fully prayed up in his truth, to get girded up in his faith, man, as much as possible. So now what I'm going to do is deal with this situation here. About this Rashans situation. It says Rashans was there for 20 years old. Died after a police arrest, was gentle and a caring person. Like that was pretty much the case. That was probably the truth. So it says he would have come and knocked my door in the morning and asked Mama P, I'm going to the shop. Do you want anything? He was a darling, he says, neighbor, right? Now the reason why I'm dealing with this article here, because really I got this article from the brother Required, because he did a thing on it, right? And later found out, like when you actually read about this guy was actually a thug, okay? And he was a what you call a drug dealer. Because when the police ran after him, you know what he did? He swallowed down some shit down his throat. That's what he did.
Oh, this guy.
So now what they're saying on the media, they're saying that he was a nice person.
Yeah.
And he was, and he was just this good neighbor. But guess what? The Lord had his ass get shot down, and it was well deserved. You see what the Lord is going to start doing, man. I'm telling you, the Lord is going to start destroying people, man. You understand? The Lord is going to start destroying the two pairs of people that want to be remnants. They want to be self-harming. Okay? They want to be drug-dealing Negroes. Okay? I'm not going to even use the term Negroes. I'm going to use the term Negard. Okay? I'm going to say these Negards, man. The Lord is going to get rid of all of these Negards from our people. Okay? I'm going to read some more of this. It says, friend of a 20-year-old man who died after being chased and apprehended by police in London. I've described him as a gentle and caring person, and that's what they always do. They always describe these niggards as caring and gentle people. But when you figure them out, you find them out, and you do research on these jackasses, you find out they got a rap sheet this all the way up to the sky. Okay, and then when the police shoot their ass down, now all of a sudden you got a group of confused, bugged out other niggards that basically want to protest. It was unright that he got killed. It was wrong that he got killed. How could the police shoot an innocent man? He was an innocent young lad. You know what I mean? But you find out that the guy was a roadman, selling his little thing on the side, man. You feel what I'm saying? So it says the police in London have described him as a gentle and caring. This is what the police is saying, right? It says after being chased and upended by the police in London, they need to get the spelling correctly. Have described him as a gentle and caring person who acted as a guardian for young people in the community. Rashans Charles, known to friends as Rash, died after being followed and tackled to the ground by a police officer in Dalston shop in the early hours of Saturday morning. And the Metropolitan Police said he was smothered trying to swallow an object. So I wonder what that object was. Now we all know, right? We all know in this faith, we've been around these criminals now. Let's just put two together. What was he swallowing? They say that he was swallowing an object. What was that object?
That's what I was thinking of. He swallowed something. So I don't mean to cut the wrong, and you put the piece together saying, when no one was watching the news, there was a black woman saying, I knew him personally, I think it's disgusting. Because they showed the footage of him running into the store, and the police following after him, and then they pinned him down, they said something, he swallowed something down his throat. I'm thinking, that's what they do in prison. But when they catch you, and you even flush the drugs down the toilet,
Right.
or you put it down your throat, or you keep it on your tongue,
Right.
or something like that.
This is common sense. It's
Drugs,
common
man.
sense.
He was a dirty nigga.
And you know, and this is why our people, a lot of them are gonna get destroyed out. Okay, Esau is gonna kill all of our people, and the reason being is because of this incident here. Okay, because of the ill deeds that our people they promote. And the thing with our people, and I've noticed, and this is what Thomas Sotomayor even stated as well, and I've realized this myself. What Jake will do, Jake will promote a guy, you know, that's doing certain things that are negative. But when he's doing something good, he gets no play, or he gets no recognition. Like if he's going to school and he's doing this thing or whatever, trying to get himself together, like Jake ain't about trying to, you know, apprehend him, giving up a party. Alright? But what Jake will do, like let's say if there's a Jake that's coming out of jail, right? They'll prepare a party for the guy when he comes out of jail. But they won't set up a party for the guy that just graduated or whatever. Not that I'm trying to be worldly and say, well, you know, graduate from school is the end all be all, because it ain't. But I'm just making an example. Okay, Jake likes to promote malice amongst their own people. Okay, and at the end of the day, man, and it's not even just about these niggas on the corner. I'm not just talking about. I'm talking about the ones of our people that really don't want to subscribe to the doctrine of Yahweh Shai. If you're not subscribing to the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, then you know what? You might as well be dead. Okay, you might as well be gunned down. Okay, because there's no use for you. Okay, if all you want to do is be a gremlin, okay, act stupid, or even subscribe to stupid doctrines that's out there that makes no sense, you actually can research that you deserve what you get. Okay, so it says, we're going to read some more. It says, the Metropolitan Police said he was spotted trying to swallow an object. And the Independent Police Complaints Commission, IPCC, has launched an investigation into the death. Friends say Mr. Charles was a much-loved member of the community and a good father to his baby daughter, Ramaya. Jada Ramaya's mother told the Independent he was a caring and a generous father. He was close to his family. You got any scriptures of anything? Okay. I'll tell you what you do. You can get Romans 13. But there's a point in that. I'm not trying to, you know, act like that one guy in IUIC. Oh, he rebelled. Oh, the way he said, he rebelled. He's rebelled. You know? I ain't trying to do that shit, man. But I'm just saying, Jake is off, man. Jake is off.
He was rebellion.
Yeah, he was rebellion. Yeah.
The Haitian guy.
Right. He went to against the white man. You know, I ain't on that shit. I'm just saying, I mean, if you want to be a gremlin, you want to walk around like you gonna mean mug so like you up to no good, then you deserve to get shot. That's just the thing. I'm not gonna be out here saying, oh, you know, these cops, man, they was wrong in terms of shooting that young guy down. Hey, the police, they did a wonderful job, baby. They did a beautiful job.
Romans 13. Romans 13.
Yeah, Romans, start from verse 4.
Romans chapter 13, verse 4.
Start from verse 3.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Right, the rulers are not a terror unto good works. Hey, the scriptures say, when a man do the right thing in the eyes of the Lord, he maketh his enemies come at peace with him. Let's see what the worst part people do. What they'll do is when the police come up and deal with them, what they'll do is they'll either run away or they'll resist. You can't resist. Hey, check this out, right? If the police came to me and wanted to see what I had or whatever, check me out. Okay, check me out, officer. You know what I mean? I'll just let them check me out. It's no big deal. Because if I resist, then guess what? I'm going to get myself into trouble. You understand? So read that verse again.
It says, for rulers are not a terror to good works.
Right, go on.
But to the evil.
But to the evil. So read that verse again.
For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Right.
But to the evil.
But to the evil. So if you're doing ill deeds, okay, and you trying to get come up in the society. I need the this is going. I mean, if you're trying to get up in the heightness of the society in a more of a legal fashion, then you can expect a gun to your skull. That's just the whole thing. And like I've been saying before, you know, and I mean, I'm gonna confess, man. This is my confession. I'm actually ashamed of myself. Actually being around a bunch of niggas like this guy that was put to death, man, that was shut down. Okay, because we all know the type, man. We all know these type of guys that was up to no good. They were selling drugs even in school if they could do so. Okay, they would even you know, they would go in and out of jail. All of this sort of stuff that these guys would do. Okay, they would sack their pants, they would put gold fronts in their mouth. You know, looking like a bunch of no good criminals. You see, and this is the thing, I mean, we for our people and all of that, but we for the good of our people. That's just the difference, but we not for the wicked ones of our people. Okay, if you out there doing some shit you should be doing, and you harming your own people at the same time, you deserve to be shot on the street. You deserve to be destroyed. That's just the thing. Okay? I mean, yeah, we call the so-called white man the devil, but we applaud the so-called white man for killing the evil ones of our people. Oh, we applaud it. Oh, yeah. Okay? That's the whole thing. So we really got some more now.
So it says, wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Yeah, go on.
Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
Right. So if you do that which is good, you shall have praise of the same. So whatever man sow, that shall he also reap. That's just the thing. So if you out there trying to be a fucking criminal, up to no fucking good, then you deserve to get gunned down. If you walking around with your ass showing and your pants below the fucking ground, you deserve to get gunshot. Okay, or a knife stick up your friggin' ass. That's what you deserve. Okay? This is about time. We live in an informational age on how to better yourself, man. In 2017, no nigga should be out there on the street corners doing some bullshit. Okay, I mean, London is the most surveillance area in England ever. So if you trying to do some bullshit like that, expect a nice stick upside your skull. You see, the whole entire world, not just the area in England, but the whole entire world. So you gotta know what you're doing. But you never, and this is what happens. A lot of the times, what a lot of people do, they'll be out hanging out at the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, like, you know, once I come home from work or whatever, I just go right back to the crib. You know, if I'm gonna hang out with someone, I'll probably just go to a park. That's it. But I'm not gonna be hanging out. Just be hanging out. I'm gonna just be going back to where I need to go back to. Because I don't want to be dealing with these old mumbo jumbles out here. And he got that. So he really got. Yeah, you got something.
I'm going to do a precept of St. Matthew 5, verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him.
Yeah.
Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, and the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
Yeah. So in other words, you gotta respect, you know, the jurisdiction of this government today. You have to, because if you don't, and you want to do what you want to do, then you deserve to be put in jail. It's just what it is. You know, we for our people and all, but we don't advocate the criminality of the ills that our people do. Okay, if you're doing something that you know is going to get you in trouble, then you deserve to get in trouble. It's just what it is. You understand? That's just the thing, because you gotta use wisdom, you gotta use discernment, man. Okay? You can't be out here just trying to be, you know, just trying to be self-good. Presumptions all day. Give me that in, what is it? 1 Peter, the 2nd chapter. I think it's in verse 20 or something like that. Because that's a self-willed presumptuous spirit. Somebody that just goes about doing what they want to do. And it ain't the right thing to do anyway.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations.
Right, and if Rashans Charleston was righteous, that wouldn't have happened to him. He wouldn't have done what he was been doing for that time in the first place. Okay? If he was out there doing what he was doing on the roadside, what's going on, bro? If he was doing, if he was a righteous man, and he was doing what he was doing on the roadside, right? That would have never happened. Him being a road man, that would have never happened. So therefore, he was gunned down because he was quick going.
So it said, and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished.
Right, and preserve the unjust to the day of judgment, and he got punished. Okay, and I'm not going to act like, you know, we all perfect and stuff like that, because we were amongst the wrong crowd as well. You know, we were amongst niggas as well. You understand? Because hey, you got brothers that's coming from all different type of backgrounds. Some brothers had to sell blow on the side. You know, certain brothers had to do certain things to survive and whatever. You know, but we repented from that though. That's just the thing. What's going on? What's up, bro? What's that?
We need Biafra, meaning the land that the Igbos.
Yeah, the Hebrews, right? Right, the Hebrew Israelites. So what part of Africa you from?
Igbo.
Oh, you from? So you're from Nigeria. So you either with the tribe of Judah or Benjamin or Levi. So what we're teaching, brother, is the fact that our people are the Israelites. They're the lost tribes of Israel. Okay, and at the same time, basically our people, they got to subscribe to the doctrine of the Lord. Okay, the true Lord and our Savior, which is Yahweh Shai. Just read the scriptures, bro. Give me Jeremiah 17.
I know. I'm following the.
No, bro, you don't know, because if you knew, you would have kept your bill on your face, bro. If you knew something, you would have grown your beard. But just say what we're saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Just say what we're saying. You gotta listen now.
17,
yeah. Because we out here to teach you. Okay, if you got questions, then we'll answer the questions.
Jeremiah 17 verse 4.
Yeah, go on.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Right, so we as a people, we would discontinue from our heritage. Instead of us calling ourselves Judah, Benjamin, or Levi, we would call ourselves these names, or Nigerian, or Igbos. Because the thing with the Igbos, their number of Hebrews, the word Igbo means comes from the Hebrew word Ibar, which means Hebrew. So the Igbos and the Ashantis and Ghana and etc., those people, they came from Jerusalem. When you do the back research, because prior to our people going into Nigeria and going into the slave on the slave ships to the Americas, we were in Jerusalem. So how do we? Someone, matter of fact, you know what?
I can look. I'll go.
Okay, you're going.
Hold on. Shit.
No, it's no point. No, I was gonna say somebody get the tip of two.
This is Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Right, and know that the desolation is nigh. So what was that talking about? Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ, he prophesied to our people in Jerusalem that the Romans were going to besiege the city of Israel.
Right.
So I believe when he died, what year did he die? Was it 30? I think it was 32 BC. I mean AD. Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Something like that, right? So yes. So basically, I believe it was 30 plus years down the line after his death, around 65 to 78 AD. What happened is the Romans, besieged the actual city by great slaughter. So what happened is it was so bad that 1 million of our people fled throughout the different parts out of Jerusalem. Some went to north, some went down south, but the boat went to West Africa. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why the West Africans, if you notice, they keep the circumcision.
Right.
Why they keep the circumcision? Because they're the Hebrews. Right. They got that concept from their forefathers. Right. Okay, and that's what we teach them.
Right.
Because back in the day, we used to teach that if you're African, you're going to slavery, which is true. But you got different types of people in Africa. Okay, it's not just everybody or you're a Hamite. You got Hebrews in Africa too. But he can expound because he's from Nigeria.
Right, because my dad's Gumbo tribe, Benue State.
Exactly, they're same people.
Right. We're the same people. But the Igbos, when I went to Nigeria the year before last, there was a man, an Igbo man, he said that, he asked me if I knew the history of Igbos. And I said, yeah, you come from, because the Romans persecuted you right into Africa. He said, yes, because they know. Yeah. And but they think that the Yoruba and the Northerners, the Fudo, they think that they're Egyptians. But the Yorubas are also Israelites. But the Hausa and the rulers, they're Hamites. Those are not of the Northerners. They're of another people. They're Hamites. But the Yoruba, the Adoma, Tiv, people, we're Hebrews. We're Israelites. Okay? The people of West Africa, like Ivory Coast, Guinea-Bissau, Cameroon, Congo, those are Israelites. You have our people even in Kenya, but there's different tribes in Kenya. Okay? What's the warrior ones, the Hamite ones? We call them the Messiah. Those are Hamites. Those are not our people. You got the Sudanese, they're like the Dinka. Those are Hamites. Those are not our people. Those are the new Egyptians. But it says this: then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in these countries enter therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Right. All things that, what is the all things talking about? The prophecy. The word prophecy is to say before. So what happened was, like I was saying before, the Lord prophesied that the Romans were going to besiege the city with great slaughter, because a lot of our people died as well. Okay. And how they died was they died because they didn't listen. They stayed in the city. Okay, and they were besieged in the city, and what the Roman generals did is they took all, because you have to think about it, during that time, the Jews, because they had a little bit of power there, so the Jews decided to go against the Roman government. So in order for you to destroy your in order for you to destroy your enemies at the time, is by taking their food away, taking their resources away, and sucking them out from all that they have. So what happened is they wind up eating all of the stuff that was within their country, like the trees. They started eating their own clothes, leather, etc. So they all died out within that city. Why? Because the Lord told them, look, come out of the city. Don't stay in the city. They stayed in there really, so they died out. But the 1 million of them fled. Like, you're one of the 1 million. You're the descendants of the 1 million that fled out of Jerusalem, pretty much. But you're an Israelite. You're what you call the Jew, real Jew. Go on.
So it says, but woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
And that's what happened. Afterwards, we was led into captive into all different peoples. Because we started infiltrating these different countries, and we started to be under their jurisdiction. Okay, but I want to deal with the point where it speaks about woe to them that give suck in those days. Why? Because they were so hungry that they were so much under a famine that they were eating their own children.
Right.
That's how bad it was. Okay. Matter of fact, bro, get the curse on it in Deuteronomy 28. You know what you want to turn to. Because this was the actual curse that Moses himself, which he was a so-called black man, prophesied from that time on, had it been about what? Let me see. From Moses' time to Yahushua's time.
Moses was on 1451 BC.
Okay. So that's about what?
Over 1,000 years. This is like 3,000, maybe 500 years ago. Moses.
So if you go 2,000, about 1,500 something years from Yahushua's time. Yeah. Makes sense.
That's in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high towers, till thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest, throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates.
Yeah, he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, because it was a gated community. Okay, go on.
Throughout all thy land, which Yahweh thy God have given thee.
Yeah, because we were in the land of Jerusalem. That was the land that our forefathers, going all the way back, I believe, 3,000, going on 400 years ago. Because how did we get that land? Now, the first people that was in the land of Jerusalem were the Philistines. Those were the people that were in there first. But what happened is the Canaanites. They were in there first, but there was known as the Philistines as well. That's why it's known as Palestine.
Whoa.
What's up, bro?
I told you in the Bible, Niger, nigga, in the Bible, Simeon one of the guy's names.
No. They were calling us niggas.
Yeah, I'm saying in the Bible, that's the word nigga. word, nigga.
Yeah.
Word, nigga.
Yep.
And God said the Bible is having this guy here. Again, so that word basically meant black.
Yeah.
So nigga, and it turns to nigga. Stay in. But the original word is nigga.
Nigel.
So they call you nigga, it don't matter.